Hi everybody and welcome back to Voguetainment podcast and chill games. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode, and today is a bit of a special one because we've got a special guest here and I'm really looking forward to just having a deep dive into his life and just getting to know him a bit more. So I'm going to get him to introduce himself.
Yeah, what's going on my people? Sheyebanks, the Viking here, Africa's #1, the greatest out of Africa, OAP, hype man. Yeah, and I'm music executive, entrepreneur extraordinaire.
Come on.
Do everything, you know. So we're here now. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here. So let's get straight into it. So obviously, I know that you started your career in 2010, I believe.
Well, ish.
Correct.
I mean, I think it pretty much just like took proper shape in 2010. I have been doing entertainment. Prior to that, I was doing more of events.
Okay.
I was, doing event planning. I was organizing shows and all of that stuff.
So how was that for you like?
I mean, that was pretty much. I think it was passion, but like I wasn't making money.
Okay.
So I decided, I needed to, just test myself a little more and do more fun things that I enjoyed doing that could bring me more money.
Okay, so
I mean, I was also dealing with like some issues with school, so I came out here to the UK.
Okay.
And then I eventually, came across broadcasting here. Went back to Nigeria, went back to school, after about a year. And then I think that's how my radio career was kicked off before I got into like hype, entertainment proper.
Okay. Okay, so I like that. So obviously you started off passion-based,
right,
but of course money makes the world go around.
Absolutely.
So you had to find a way to step it up. But so like before you started your career properly, like what were you doing for work or just enjoyment? What were you doing?
Damn, it was crazy because Nigeria is a very, very funny place.
Yeah, I've heard.
You heard. What did you hear about Nigeria?
Listen, someone said something about waking up with a gun to your head. Someone said it.
It may not be as intense everywhere, but Nigeria is actually a very funny place, and interesting things just happen in Nigeria. And so sometimes you just have to do a lot of work for free, in Nigeria. So I was just doing everything and anything. And I remember like working. I did like PR jobs. I remember working 3 jobs at some point in my career.
Oh gosh, so you're a true hustler.
Trust, I had to be, so, and I think radio was the thing that I just found most passionate about at the time. I was really passionate about doing radio. It wasn't still paying me what I really wanted, but I think, there's some jobs that you do then you're just tired.
Yeah.
But radio is that job that you just do that's pretty exciting. You're comfortable doing it, going there over and over and over again, just talking. But all you need to do is just have the confidence of talking, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I was doing that. It wasn't really getting me what I wanted, but at the end of the day, I found I found my way to doing other stuff just because I was doing radio.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's really cool. I can already hear you really have like a radio voice, if that makes sense. Like if you were listening to a radio, even without like seeing what's going on, you can tell this person they know what they're talking about. So like, since you were young, is that like, were you always kind of like a speaker, like a leader?
I'll say I started off being a music head before I became a radio head.
Okay.
So my dad used to run a print press in Lagos, Nigeria, one of the biggest companies. He used to work for one of the biggest companies before he started his stuff.
Okay.
So eventually, after listening to a lot of music, I started going into, my dad's office to just, hang around to see what he's doing about it. So he used to create like a lot of magazines, books and all of that stuff. So I just fell in love with broadcasting and journalism through, the magazines, right? So I think that's where radio came along. That's where, I decided, my love for music and my love for radio and broadcasting journalism, could blend. So that's how I just started off being that radio guy.
So you kind of made like a baby, pretty much.
Like a sexual chemistry with music and radio. Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. So obviously I wanted to just like dive into your childhood a bit more. Like, what are your beginnings like? Like, where did you start off?
Oh man, I grew up in, it's like the slums out there in Lagos, Nigeria. There's a place called Egbeda.
Okay.
Egbeda, Say Egbeda. Let me hear you say Egbeda.
Egbeda. Did I say it good? Did I say
Try
it?
it. So
Listen, I'll get there.
It's like the slum in Cape Town.
Okay.
It's like the slum in London,
Okay.
And it's in Lagos, but I mean, there are other slums, but this is like one of the slums, right? So, I mean, I grew up in a block of flats. And
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look like you don't.
Really?
Honestly.
Neither do you.
I'm not going to judge you, but I grew up in a community that had like people from different cultures, different experiences of life, people with different ideologies.
Yeah.
And it was just a very, very wild community. Like, you go to bed at night not knowing what's gonna happen when you come out in the morning the next day. So I mean, it was wild, but I'm just thankful for the experiences because they just sort of like shaped my reality. And going to school there, I think I was a smart kid. I was the head boy at some point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and then I used to be in the brigade.
Okay. So like, what's the brigade like?
It's like a band. It's
okay.
like a Boy Scout. Yeah,
okay.
So there's something they call, it's like Boy Scout, but it's like Boys Brigade.
So you'd sing and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, play the drums, and all
That's
that.
pretty cool.
And then there's the Boy Scout, there's the Girls Guide, and there's Boys Brigade.
Okay.
So Brigadier, right?
Yeah.
Some football teams here have brigadiers, right?
Yeah.
So, I did that, and but life just happens. Things just happen. You just keep evolving into something that you probably didn't see yourself being, and we're here now.
Okay, so do you think the baby you or your younger self would look to the future and be proud of where you are, or do you think they would have been like expecting you to go down the path that you have gone down?
I think the baby me would have just, I don't know, I think the baby me would have just been surprised as to how I've been able to accomplish some of the things I've been able to accomplish. Maybe not in the fastest time, but in the manner at which I did, because it was against all odds.
Yeah.
People from where I'm from don't actually make it out there, and it's like you of all people. So I think there's going to be elements of surprise. That's how the baby me will feel, because my life has just been a journey, and everybody's life is a journey pretty much, but mine is really very unique to me. And then there's just so much that could have been said. I'm just happy that at the end of the day, I'm still learning, I'm growing, I'm evolving. And that's the beauty about life. When you feel like you're extra special than everyone else, you won't be able to keep learning, and you feel some sense of entitlement to want to just continue doing what you do without growing. So I think I'm just excited about the next phase of my life.
That's amazing. I feel like from what I'm getting, even though we've only been like talking for about 5 minutes, you're really giving like humble vibes, really humble. No, but that's a really good thing, because I feel like a lot of people that are in the position that you're in and stuff like that, they kind of forget like where they started. And I feel like everything that we go through in life kind of shapes us like into the person that we are today. So if you hadn't gone through what you had like as you were growing up, you might not have the grit that you have now, and like be as outspoken, and probably you might not have had the drive as well to get to where you are now. But obviously I'm proud of you, like, because as you said, not many people like come out of where you started, and it's the same for me. I feel like we had similar-ish upbringings, but obviously,
I mean, I'm yet to see that, but
listen, let's talk about it. Obviously, we both started off in flats, so that's one thing.
Okay.
Literally. I definitely didn't start with a silver spoon or anything like that in my mouth, but I feel like I've been building myself up, and I can see that you have as well. Speaking of building yourself up, I know that you did study mathematics and statistics. So, and also another
maritime management and administration.
So let's talk about that. How was university for you? How was that experience?
Oh man, I feel like I was good at math in high school.
Yeah.
And
that means you're smart. Math smart.
Yeah, when people say that, I know a lot of people don't like math, but I think like that was one of my favorite subjects. And until I got to uni, and then I realized like I was actually dumb. You know, like
I feel you.
I just felt like I was that smart kid. My mom convinced me. I'm not gonna lie, when I was 17, 18, I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my life, you know. So when I got into uni, I just said, you know what, let's do this. I mean, I failed like terribly at some of my courses early on in uni, and then that was when I really actively decided, you know, to take on radio.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still just 23, by the way.
Oh, really?
If you want to believe that. If you want to believe, yeah.
23. Listen, are you 23 in the UK or Nigeria?
I'm 23 globally, man.
Do you know what? Oh, sorry to cut you off. Do you know what it is? When it comes to university, I feel like it really separates. You know, when you're in high school and stuff like that, you can pass without studying and pass well. But once you get to university, if you don't study,
you're gonna fail.
If you don't put that work in, even sometimes if you do put the work in, uni will just disgrace you. Don't feel any type of way about it.
Uni definitely disgraces you. And for me, you know, studying math and stuff, I'm not gonna say I have full-on regrets or anything. I'm just gonna say it sort of shaped my reality.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way being a very, you know, book smart, business smart person, you know, logic smart person, because math is logic, right? The ability to, you know, add this and this and make a conclusion out of that. So I think it sort of taught me how to, you know, for radio, it taught me how to link words and link music.
Yeah.
For hype, it taught me how to, you know, just control the crowd. There's just the way math just sort of teaches you how to, you know, interact. Even with business, it just helps you negotiate, you know. And then, you know, for my post-grad, I think I just needed to, you know, get some management degree, and that was why I did what I did. I think it sort of just helped me become a better financially wise person and, you know, better negotiator. So,
that's really good. So if there was any other degree that you could have chosen, what would it be?
Most likely creative arts or mass communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes sense, obviously, what you've gone into now.
Yeah.
So I know we briefly spoke about cooking and food and stuff like that. So first of all, what is your favorite like Nigerian dish? What is your favorite thing to eat?
That's a tough one.
Top three then.
Top three. I really used to like fufu. There's a food called fufu. I don't know if you know it. Fufu and egusi soup. I used to bang. And then I started falling in love because you know, I'm trying to cut down on, you know,
carbs and stuff.
Yeah, carbs.
But fufu or pounded jam, which do you prefer?
I think it's fufu.
Really?
Yeah. I prefer fufu.
Each to their own. Honestly, pounded jam is like...
Yeah. But it's too much, you know. I mean, you probably might need it, you know, for reasons best known to you.
Listen, if you want to get thicker,
you see, so for me, I mean, I would say number 2 would have to be, I think, beans or moi moi. Yeah.
Really, moi moi?
Yeah. And then it has to be jollof rice for number 3.
Of course, jollof rice is a banger. Yeah. Obviously, I don't even feel like there's even a point of asking. I was going to ask jollof or fried rice, which you...
I mean, it's definitely jollof. Jollof is like if you're Nigerian and you don't like jollof, you don't like food. You know, I think that's just it.
That's you guys' staples. True. Obviously, I've had this debate with many people: Ghana or Nigerian jollof.
What do you think?
I already know you're gonna say Nigerian.
No, but what do you really think? Listen, the answer is no, not what I think.
I'm biased, and some of the best jollof I've ever had was by a Ghanaian. I'm sorry.
And guess what? The best jollof you've ever had by a Ghanaian has to be Nigerian jollof.
No.
I'm sure the Ghanaian made Nigerian jollof.
No, that was Ghanaian, bro. It was too good. But obviously, most of the jollof I've had is obviously Nigerian. And I still very much enjoy it. Don't get it twisted. But that rice, that one time, I still think about it to this day. Oh, gosh. But obviously, I still love Nigerian jollof.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so, like, would you consider yourself like a chef, like an at-home chef? Like, do you enjoy cooking? Like,
Yeah. I definitely enjoy cooking. Cooking is very therapeutic for me because I'm a creative person. I just like to, I'm not an overthinker. I'm a deep thinker, right? So I like to be able to creatively blend my ideas and just process them like properly. And I think when I do a lot of cooking, it just sort of helps me, achieve that. And, maybe times when I'm stressed, I just feel like, chopping stuff.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, just sort of helps you. Yeah, and I think that's why I enjoy cooking. I think what I really dread is, doing dishes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, doing dishes. I mean, since I was young, I never liked doing that, but I just love cooking. Cooking is, when I have my boys around me, I just like to, they just watch me cook.
Throw some stuff together.
Exactly, and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, maybe one of these days I can cook live on TV. Who knows?
So
it'll be nice.
Do like a cooking show or anything?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to do one. Just people watching me chop stuff, cook, and then explain how I'm blending my concussions and all of that stuff.
So, are you like a messy cleaner, or like do you tidy as you go? Because I feel like that says a lot about someone. I think I'm actually very, very. I sort of feel like I don't know if you can call it semi OCD. I'm very, very. I like things being put. Yeah. And man. I just feel like once I do this, and then I move to the next. So yeah. That's fair though. Like, obviously, I feel like definitely growing up in an African household, like there's certain standards that are set from young.
Right.
If your mum walks in while you're cooking and the place is a tip, just know you're in trouble. So I feel like that's something I've definitely brought with me as I've lived as well.
Right.
So obviously, I have a bit of a juicy question.
Okay.
So let's talk relationships and dating.
Wow.
Going there. So, have you ever dated a fan or somebody?
Have I dated a fan? I think I heard this question one time, and I'm going to answer it the same way because you have to support what I do in a way, right? You have to, be my cheerleader. You may not be my number one cheerleader, but you just have to be like supportive of what I do. And if you don't support what I do, what's the point of being with you?
Yeah.
So yes, I've dated my fans if that's the case. But in the context, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like to put myself in that position. You know what I mean? Like to just actively go out there, go to a show, see someone, and then take her home and just say, let's start dating and all of that, So, but at the end of the day, I'm not here coming to say it's wrong or it's right. I'm just saying I've never done that.
Yeah.
I don't see myself doing that, but it's just what it is.
I feel like in terms of relationships and stuff like that, especially when you're a person that's like in the media or anything like that, or just anybody, your partner should really be your biggest fan, because it's not what else are they there for, but they should be the person to pick you up when you're feeling low, when you're feeling burnt out or anything like that, and just kind of always have your back.
Right.
But obviously, I feel like it's quite interesting asking that question if you have dated a fan, because I'm sure many of your fans watching right now are jumping for joy because now they think they've got a chance.
You never really know, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the future.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years?
I think my self-awareness has just made me realize that everything we do is uncertain. So years ago I would say I want to be like the biggest. I still feel like that's what the plan is, be one of the biggest multimedia entrepreneurs out of West Africa in the next 5 years. One of the biggest music distribution and licensed companies out of Africa just doing what I enjoy doing, being a product manager, just doing a whole lot. But the future is uncertain. So I'm just gonna be out here like living every day like it's my last. And just making every single moment count, creating history, living a legacy that will last me a lifetime.
That's amazing.
And just doing something legendary.
Yeah, that's really cool. So also along the lines of future, do you see yourself ever getting married, having children? If so, how many kids would you want, and like the order, girl, boy, etc.? Let's talk about that.
I mean, yeah, that's all I can say.
Within the next like few years, or do you not have like a time frame?
It's God's time.
Of course, literally whenever.
All I can say is I personally would just say I'm blessed right now. So
So no kids right now, but in the future.
I'm blessed,
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So speaking on God's timing, like what is your relationship with like religion and God and stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect.
No,
I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm flawed, but I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I try to pray. I try to just talk to him. Yeah. Because we're actually nothing without him, in my opinion. So I'm just out here just trying to be a good boy, even though sometimes we're wrong. Exactly. But I'm trying to keep my head focused because I've been in the game. I've seen everything. I've done everything. So what's new? So you just have to trust in the one, because at the end of the day, when you're at the top, I saw someone post, Bad Boy Teams posted something on his Insta the other day. Said it's lonely at the top, but it's lonely at the bottom. So pick your position wisely. Yeah. Pick your loneliness wisely. You know what I mean? True. So at the end of the day, the only person that's gonna be with you when it's all lonely is God. So just stick to him. That's all I can say. And I'm trying my best.
Okay, so obviously I know that you're very much into music. So who are your top 3 artists? And like give me some Afrobeats, like African artists. If you have any other artists that aren't African, I'd really be interested to know. Like, do you listen to anything other than African?
To be honest, right now I don't really listen to much outside Afrobeats. And I'm being really honest with you, because even the guys outside listen to us. So we're like what people listen to right now. My favorite from day one, I think he's one of my favorite artists in the world, has to be Wande Cole. Yeah. Wande Cole is like the brain, but it's the OG. He's like the brain behind the sound that pops right now. We're hearing right now. He inspired the likes of Wiz, David, Burna. Even the new cats, like they say, the new cats are inspired by that man, and it's just a journey of how it's a ripple effect, I'd say, of how he has influenced other people who have influenced other people. So he's like the OG, he's the blueprint. There's obviously, I mean, OBO is up there, because not just for his music, but just for his personality, his humility, his generosity as well. He posted my song. I saw a video of him singing and dancing to my song just yesterday, and it's amazing how that man just shows up for people and shows out. He's very, very supportive. And then I like Rema. Rema is really unique. I think one thing I really just like about him is not just his music, but his uniqueness. There's just something about his creativity, and I think I can identify with that because I feel like there's just something really unique about my diversity and my creativity as an entertainer. So I mean, that's where we connect. So outside Nigeria, I like Drake. I like Drake. I like quite a number of people. There's a guy called Lecrae. I don't think I know him actually. Yeah, he's a somewhat conscious rapper. Yeah, I like Chance. I like Kendrick. Yeah.
So do you feel like you prefer like more thoughtful music and stuff like that? Like, because let's say if we're talking about like American music and stuff like that, do you prefer the rappers that actually talk sense, or like the little babies that just say anything?
Definitely, I like conscious rappers. You know, I like people that actually know what they're talking about and actually mean everything. J. Cole too is up there for me. You know, I like J. Cole too. And I just want you to be able to make impact. You know, I just want you to be able to say something that would last. Like, even years when you evolve, it still makes sense. Kanye West is one of those guys.
Yeah,
you know,
so he's moving a bit funny lately.
Yeah, but I mean, when you listen to Jesus Walks from like time back, you'd understand that Kanye West is still that guy.
It's true.
You know, so
definitely. Yeah, man. Like, even in 50 years, Kanye West is still going to be very much known for what he's done in the past and now. Like, he's definitely a mover and a shaker, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? He's definitely paved the way.
Right.
So you yourself, like, think not just how people know you, but like you obviously know yourself the best. How would you describe yourself in 3 ways, like with 3 words? Take some time to think about it.
I'll say I'm very self-aware. I am, like I said earlier, I'm unique and I'm blessed.
Amen to that. So self-aware, unique and blessed. I feel like those are quite good ways to describe yourself. And honestly, it's been very, very lovely to get to know you in these past few, 30 minutes or so. But honestly, it's been lovely. And I'm really thankful that you came through.
Thank you for having me
as well.
Thank you.
It's been great, and I'm sure you guys also really enjoyed it too. So that's been Voguetainment podcast today. Do you want to sign out?
Yo, thank you guys for having me. Make sure you catch more episodes of the show. It's been a pleasure. My name is Sheyebanks. I'll see you next time. Peace.